All right, you guys ready? Got your water handy? You got your dumbbells? If you're using them, or your jugs of water or milk or cans of beans, whatever you're using, you got those handy? Okay, let's do it. So let me move this out of the way just a little bit. Let's start with a warm up. All right, good. It's the same warm up that we always do at the beginning of every workout, but warming up super important. This is a dynamic warm up here to get those joints moving. I know that Barry's and Bernice have probably already gone on a 10-mile walk this morning, but we'll get you warmed up again. Good. And now we're going to add a little tap. So add a heel tap. So you're going to feel this in your TFL area, outer hip area. If it's tight, might feel kind of good. A little stretch here through those hips, lower back. Here's 4, 3, 2. Good. Now we're going to pull those legs behind you. And I think the light behind me is a little distracting. I'm going to turn it off. Maybe it could see me better. Yeah, good. I think that was better. Good. So you're stretching out through the chest area, warming up through those quads, the knees. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to kick it out. Warming up through those hamstrings. Definitely stretching those hamstrings out. If you set a lot, then you're going to feel a nice stretch here in the back of those legs. Good job. I even see Freda up. That's good. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Punching across, stretching through that upper back. Should feel good. Hopefully, even a little bit of shoulder rotation here. Good. Please remember to breathe. Very important to breathe when you exercise. Here's 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to step behind. We're going to look like a ballerina. So step behind and reach overhead. This is going to be a nice stretch through those obliques, through the intercostals of the ribs, as well as like the outer hip area. Awesome. And here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to plant those feet nice and wide, toes angled out just a little bit. And just shift our weight from side to side. A nice little inner thigh warm up here. Stretching those inner thighs should feel really good. Making sure your knee's not going past your toe. You want to like sitting back like you're sitting in a chair. Should feel really good, especially if those inner thighs are tight. Here's 5. Helps with some hip mobility. 2. And good. Now we're together. We're going to pretend we're swimming, doing a backstroke. Warming up through that shoulder joints in a different way. Backstroke. Good. Nice to see some good mobility there through those shoulders. Awesome. Good job, guys. Now front crawl forward, a freestyle. Just like the Olympics, right? Without the water. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit more of warming up. So starting with like a nice squat here. If you can come up onto those toes, that would be great. If you want to, instead of, you want to just do a sit down over a chair and stuff, you could do that too. Sit down on, stand up. Totally fine, but try and get those hands overhead, bringing that heart rate up a little bit more. Inhale, exhale when the arms are overhead. Inhale and exhale. Good. Here's 5, 4, 3. Hopefully your quads shouldn't be burning yet. I don't want them to be burning because it's warm up. Good. Let's shake it out. Low impact jumping jack. If you want to turn it into a high impact, you can. We're going to do 20. So 1, 2. Looks like everybody's doing some low impact. Okay. Awesome. Getting the heart rate up a lot here. Halfway done. 10, 9, 8, 5. Hopefully everybody feels nice and warm now. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you guys ready? Grabbing your dumbbells. We're going to start with chest presses. If your heart rate is like a 8 right now, let it calm down. Sorry, on a scale of 1 to 10, if your heart rate is around 8, meaning it's really high, let it calm down a little bit. But if it's around a 5 or 6, even 7, you'll be fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the floor. If you have a resistance ball or a stability ball, you can utilize that. If you're on a bed, you can utilize your bed, but all we're gonna do are some chest presses. So laying on the floor, bringing those weights together above your chest. Okay, so we're gonna do about 20 of these. Ready? So you've got to be laying on the floor or else it's not gonna work the right muscles. So if you can always do a push-up too, a push-up off of a table, okay, to work the right muscles. So I'd rather you do a push-up rather than trying to do chest presses from a chair because it'll work your shoulders instead. So here we go. Here's 1, 2. If you're on the floor, please round those hips so that your lower back is completely flat on the floor because you don't want any arch in that lower back. It'll help you work your abs by keeping that lower back flat on the floor. I think this is 8, I think. 9, unfortunately, you guys, I don't count well when I'm also talking. Sorry. Here's 10. That's okay, a couple extra never hurt anybody, right? 8, 7, so your palms should be facing your knees. 6, 5, 4, we're gonna stand up and get a cardio in. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So we're going back up, get some cardio. So you just work some chest and a little bit of bicep and a little bit of tricep. So we have 30 seconds of up down. So I'll show you. You can plant your feet, step it out, step it in, stand up, or you can plant and then hop out, hop in, and up. If you're like, nope, I don't want to put that pressure on my wrists, what I want you to do, take a dumbbell or 2, squat, and go to an overhead press. Squat to an overhead press, okay? Now I'll do the same type of work there. Ready? 30 seconds, and here we go. So I'm looking, looks like everybody's doing a squat to overhead press. Okay, totally fine. Keep it safe. Just please make sure when you're in that squat, your eyes are looking at the wall in front of you. You don't want to be looking at the floor. So you keep that back in a neutral alignment. Perfect. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay. Hopefully that brought your heart rate up. And at any time during this workout, please grab a drink of water if you need it, okay? Because I don't know that I'll be taking any water breaks. Next, we have squats. Hopefully your legs are okay from the exercise we just did. You can use weights. You don't have to use weights. If you haven't been doing squats, please don't use weights. If you're used to doing squats, then use weights. So you have an option on your squats. Hands can be here or hands and dumbbells up here at your shoulders. We're gonna do 15. Ready? Here we go. Squat up. So inhale, exhale when you stand up. Inhale, down, exhale, up. Good. Keeping both of those toes should be pointing forward as well as your heels. Heels should be in line with toes. Good. So you're working through your glutes and your quads here. Belly button pulled to spine so that back stays tall. You don't want to be, so you want to be nice and tall with that back. You don't want to be bending over. So keep that back really tall through the movement. I think this is 6, right? Maybe 5 more? 5, we'll call it that. I have no idea. 4, you're probably doing 20 now. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, jumping jacks. You can either do a jumping jack here, or you can do a clap jack, stretch out through that chest. It's really up to you. Ready? 30 seconds and go. Low impact or high impact. It's completely up to you. Good, everybody's still breathing. I see everybody moving. This is awesome. Should feel good stretching that chest out. Good job. We have 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Now we're going to bent over flies. So this is going to work your back, particularly the lower, like middle part of your back. With your cans of beans, your dumbbells, whatever you may have, we're going to bend, chest needs to be parallel to the floor. We're going to fly this way. If you have lower back pain, then I want you to drop, put one hand on your knee so that you can support your body with that. So it looks like everybody's doing 2 dumbbells. Ready? Okay, so we're going to shoot 20. Here we go. Here's one. I want you to fly those weights to your hips. They should be flying backward, not out in line with your chest. So we want them backward. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together when you're bringing those weights back so that you're working your back. You may also feel your triceps. They are assisters, the back of the arms. Here's 7, I think. 6, 5, 4, 3, good job. 2, woo, is it burning yet? And 1. Nice, okay. It means it worked. Hopefully you felt it burning here, here. Hopefully not up here. If you felt it up here, bend over more, all right? Or drop to one weight and support. Cardio, we're gonna do some pop squats. So what that looks like, you're gonna go wide, touch, and come back together. And step to the other direction, touch, come back together. If you want to angle those toes out at 45-degree angle, you'll get some inner thigh work. I'll leave it up to you. Ready? Here we go. 30 seconds. I'll show you the high impact if you guys want to work up to that. It looks like this. Again, you don't have to. You can keep it low impact. Anytime you take hands overhead, your heart rate comes up. Doing good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Cool. We're doing so good. Okay, if your heart rate's like at an 8, raise your hand, please. Is your heart rate crazy high? No? Okay. I'm gonna get some water. Maybe you guys need it too. You're gonna need a bench or a stability ball for the next one. I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit. You're gonna be on your back, heels on top of the bench or the ball. You're doing a hip lift. This is gonna work the back of your hamstrings, okay? Or back of your legs, your hamstrings. So if you are, the other option you have is to hold on to a chair and then just like alternating tap to stretch your leg, work your hamstrings that way. All right, so we're gonna shoot for 20, toes pointed to the ceiling. You don't want your knees locked out, you want them bent. Ready? Here we go. Here's 1. So the goal, 2, is to get those hips high enough that they're in line with your knees and your chest. 5, 6. If you're feeling a lot of calf, try to relax your feet a little bit. It should be behind your quads. Woo! Is it burning yet? I know you're on mute, but mine are burning. 9. Here's 8. This is a good lower back strengthener as well. 7. 6. Pulling that belly button into the spine even here. 4. 3. I love it when exercises work so well. 2. 1 more. And 1. Oh boy. Okay, good job. We get to stand it back up. Get some more cardio. Move this back. Okay. So, sorry there's all this up and down, but it's good for you, right? You'll thank me later, I'm sure of it. So, we're gonna do a runner. We're gonna do a full minute of cardio this time. With a runner, you plant to your right foot, Knee stays in line with your toe. Weight in your heel. This is going to work your quad and your glute and your arms. Do whatever is comfortable for you. But all you're going to do is just tap back with that left foot. Okay, ready and go. Please keep your belly button pulled to your spine here though, so that you're not bending at your, so you want that back nice and straight. You don't want to be down here. Keep that back nice and tall. Should be feeling that heart rate coming up. Your quad and your glute working. 10, 9, 8, 7, belly button tight. 4, please breathe. There's so much to remember, right? 2 and 1. Perfect. Okay, switching legs. We're doing the left leg now. Ready? And here we go. Keeping that back tall. Even if you're seated, you can do jumping jacks. You can do the same thing with your arms without adding the leg. As long as your hands come above your head, your heart rate will come up. Okay, good. Here's 10, 9. How's that leg? Woo, is it burning? 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Good. Okay. Grabbing those dumbbells. Yeah, right, Feta? I'm hot too. Grabbing those dumbbells. We're going to do some bicep curls. So you can do these seated. You can do these standing. You can do a single leg if you want to work your balance. I'll leave it up to you. But I'm going to start with those palms facing up. And here we go. 1. So keep those elbows to your side. You don't want those elbows swinging forward. And you don't want to swing a lot to try to get the weights up. That's not a good thing. So keep those elbows glued to your side. I think this is 10. If you're single leg, switch legs. 10, 9, good. 8, the more controlled it is, the more you'll feel that bicep. 6, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay. Back to some cardio and a face wipe. We really got a little sweat going on there. Okay, we're gonna do those clap jacks again. All right, ready? 30 seconds and go. Please remember to breathe. Belly button pulled to spine even here. Good job. Everybody's moving. That's good. That's a good sign. Awesome. Here's 10, 9. Might feel good on those biceps, stretching them out a little bit. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So we're going to do a curtsy lunge. This is to work some glute. If, as in some notes, so a curtsy lunge, it's just like it sounds. You're curtsying with a little lunge, okay? This is, you can always go to the floor and do just a bridge hold to work your glutes as well. So if you want to do that, you totally can. Ready? We're going to start staying on one leg, and then we'll switch to the other. So we're going to do 10 and then switch to the other leg. Ready? Here we go. Curtsy. Please make sure when you're taking that step back, it needs to be big enough that your knees can be at a 90 degrees. So if you are too shallow, then you'll have knee joint pain. So you want to take a big enough step back that there's no pain in the joint. Good. I think that's 8, right? 9. You guys are my counters. I'm trusting you. 10. Other side. Here we go. Big step back. So you may not feel anything in your glute today, but you might feel it tomorrow. It's the workout gift that just keeps on giving. It's awesome. Whew. Okay, here's 5, I think. 4. Hi, Gracie. 3. Back nice and tall. The tendency is to want to lean forward. Please keep that back tall. And 1. Great. We have one more round of cardio, one more strength exercise before we go to the floor for some core. So I'm gonna do, I'll leave it up to you. You can do the pop squats if you want. You can do the claps. You can do runner. You can do up, like the up downs with the weights. I'll leave it up to you, okay? Ready? And go. We're gonna do some pop squats. Stepping out, going up. All right, remember, anytime you're going into a squat, that back needs to be nice and tall. You don't wanna collapse the back because then it goes to your lower back. So keep that, the chest should not fall over your shoulders, or your shoulders should not fall over your knees. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grabbing your weights, cans, jugs, one more time. We're gonna do some overhead tricep extensions. So if you have elbow pain, please only do 1 dumbbell. If your triceps are weak, please only do 1 dumbbell. But what we're gonna do, they come together, you go overhead, tap the dumbbells to your shoulders and extend overhead. Tap, extend. Those elbows need to stay in line with your eyes. I'm gonna get a little bit closer here. You don't want your elbows winging out here because then it could hurt your rotator cuff. So keep those elbows going forward. If 2 are too heavy, you can always drop to 1 dumbbell and do the same thing, okay? Oh yeah, working those triceps. No more chicken arms here, right guys? That's what one lady told me when I worked at Valley. She's like, how would I get rid of my chicken arms? Oh boy, I love it. All right, here's 5, 4. Hopefully those triceps are burning a little bit. 3. Very important to go all the way down and tap. And 1. The reason is you have not just one muscle, you have 3 different muscles in that tricep. So you got to go all the way down to get all of the tricep muscles. Okay, guys ready for core? We're going to the floor. Superman's. Now I could tell you, I will tell you, you could go back and do all of that again to get a second round on your muscles as well as cardio. I'm only going to do 1 round today for time's sake, but you can do all of that again, or you can do the core and do it all again. So it's really up to you and how much time you have, as well as how much muscle you have left, muscle energy. So on the floor, we're going to start with some Supermans or swimmers. So Supermans, turn this way so you guys can see the legs too. Arms, knees, feet are all going to come off the floor. If that's too much on the lower back, you can always do right arm, left leg lift, and then left arm, right leg lift. Okay, so we're just going to do 20 of whatever variation you're most comfortable with. And here we go. Here's up and down. The more slow and controlled you go, the better the muscle works. So you don't really want to rush through these. Keeping your head looking at your carpet or your yoga mat so that there's no strain in the neck. If there's pain in the lower back, you can always just go to an upper body lift if the swimmers are too much, or just a lower body lift. Really, it's easy to modify this. You can always bring your hands down by your hips. Now take some of the strain out of your neck. Here's 5, I think. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So that you should have felt lower back, glutes, and hamstrings. Because that is a lot of lower back, what I want you to do, if you can, is go into a child's pose, just stretch it really fast. If it's easier to sit in a chair and just let your upper body hang out of a chair, you can do that as well. Or you may not need it. Next, dead bugs. So flipping over onto your back. Okay. I'm gonna start. If this, having your knees over your hips and your hands above your chest, pushing the lower back into the floor, driving your belly button into the floor as well. If this works your core a lot, please stay here. Don't add any movement. Just hold it. Your core is working with those legs right here, okay? If you want to add the movement of the dead bug, you can. We're going to do, however, that lower not come off the floor. If your lower back starts off the floor when you extend a leg, then please don't extend it and just hold it here until your core gets strong enough to hold this pose and lower back is okay. All right, so we're gonna do some dead bugs, alternating legs and arms. Here we go. Here's one and back together. Two, so extend the arm and the leg back together. Three, check that lower back. Four, it shouldn't be coming off the floor. Five, again, if your lower back is starting to come off or your quads are getting tired, because sometimes when the core stops working, the quads, those thighs engage, just drop your feet, let your body relax and go back into it again, okay? There's 8, 9, halfway done. That core might be getting tired now. Just maybe. 9, 8. Again, if those quads are tired, drop them, let them relax, and then bring it back up because the core just stopped working. 7, and do these every day to help strengthen that core. We're almost done. 5, 4, 3, check that lower back. 2, should still be glued to the floor. And 1. Woohoo! Good job. Okay. Last one for your core. Well, we're going to do one more. So 2 more for your core. So side oblique crunch. Laying on your side, hips stacked. You can bend your knees and you're going to use your bottom elbow. I want you to bring that in so it's nice and close to your body. And you're going to use it as a pivot point or a fulcrum to help you raise. So this is going to work your top oblique. Your legs can be straight if you want. I really don't care what you do with your knees, your legs, but you're going to be coming up on that elbow. All right, so we're going to do 15 here, and then we'll flip over and do 15 on the other side. Ready? Here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3. So 4, keep going. 5, if you're seated or you don't want to get on the floor, grab a dumbbell. And what I want you to do is sitting, if you can stand, that would be great, or sitting. Hold on, Gracie. Reach to the side. Keep your shoulders in line with your hips and reach to the side. Okay, so that's an oblique option for those who are seated or standing. I think we're almost done, right? 3, 2, maybe Karen's got it. Okay, perfect. Switch into the other side. Tuck in that elbow directly next to that body. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. So if you're seated, it's kind of harder to do. But what I want you to do instead, if you're seated, because this oblique one only works if you're standing. If you're seated, I want you to do a twist from side to side. So that will work, but keep those shoulders nice and tall. Okay, I don't want you to be leaning over because that'll go to your lower back. And the oblique side cruncher should be done probably 4, right? 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, back on your back. We're going to finish off with some bicycle abs. So elbow to opposite knee, keeping that lower back flat on the floor. I'll show you a standing version as well. Here we go. We'll go, here's 1, 1, 2, 2. If your lower back hurts, then drop the feet and still bring your knee to your opposite elbow. And you can just march it, okay? Standing version. Let's put you back up here. Is have a dumbbell, tighten those abs, and twist elbow to opposite knee. Keeping that dumbbell at your chest. Good, good, good. Hopefully you're probably almost done, but we're on the floor, right guys? I'll call this 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Hopefully that was, Retta, you okay with that shoulder? Yeah, maybe. No, uh-oh.
I have tendonitis here and I'm having a hard time with it.
Yeah, got it. So I'm glad you stopped. Good job. You didn't overdo it. That's good. You're paying attention to your body. Okay, so let's stretch. You guys ready to stretch? You can never finish a workout without stretching. So we'll do it from a standing position rather than a lying down, just so that everybody's able to do it, or even a seated position. So first off, we're gonna start with a quad stretch. So grabbing that foot. If you need to hold on to something, please do. Again, maintain a neutral alignment with that spine, keeping the back nice and tall. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. And these you can always go to. We did a stretching class video, I don't know, second or third week, so you can always go refer to that if you need alternates for seated stretches. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next, hamstring. So kicking a leg forward and then just hinge at the hip. Slight bend in your knee. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of that leg. Hopefully. If not, then just put a leg on top of a chair and then lean forward and you'll definitely feel it. Gracie, are you helping me today? Thank you. All right, go ahead and switch legs. Should feel nice stretch there. Should not be behind the knee. Just a nice hamstring stretch. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. If you want to use a wall to push against, you can, or you don't need a wall at all. But we're going to take a nice big step backward, making sure that your feet, both toes are pointing forward. Go ask Daddy. Go ask Daddy. So you should feel a nice calf stretch. If you don't, and you want to push against a wall, you can. Right now, with that back leg straight, you should feel it in the top part of your calf. And now what we're going to do is bend that back knee in, and they'll move it into your soleus. So your soleus is the bottom half of your calf. Those people who are runners or do a lot of walking, this is a really good stretch to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch legs, pushing that back heel into the floor. Please make sure both of your toes are pointing forward as well as your heels. Your heels should be in line with your toe. And this is working the top part of that other leg, other calf. Good. Now we're going to bend that back knee in. Should feel good on that bottom half of your calf. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So if you have a chair nearby, let's stretch out some glutes and some lower back. You could do this on the floor as well, but since everybody, it looks like there's a chair, we're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. And then that might be all you need. If you want to push down on that knee, you can. I'll leave it up to you. Should feel good in the glutes and the outer hip area, not painful at all. Sometimes this is all you can do, is just having this here, and that's totally fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hug your knee to your opposite shoulder as much as you can. So now this is going to go deeper into your glute. Should feel good. Runners definitely need this stretch as well. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we get to switch. Crossing left ankle over right knee. Sit nice and tall. You can just hang out there. You can push the knee away from you gently. Hopefully you're feeling a stretch. If you're not, then you can always lean forward to feel the stretch too. I just don't know how Gumby like you guys are. Hopefully you guys know who Gumby is. Okay, good. Now we're gonna hug that knee to opposite shoulder. And this is gonna go deeper into that glute and the piriformis area. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're gonna go wide with those legs, and you're going to sit, let your upper body just fall forward. If you want to get a deeper stretch, then you need to wait. Wrap, your biceps are going to wrap around your calf, the inside of your calf, and you grab your ankles or your foot, and you help pull yourself down with your arms to get a nice lower back stretch, possibly inner thigh stretch. But just let that head hang, so you might even get a stretch down your spine with the multifidus and your erector spinae. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, since we're seated, we might as well just stay seated because it's way more comfortable, right? Let's grab, we're gonna do a tricep stretch. So grab in right elbow with left hand and reach behind you. Get a stretch through there. Good job, you guys. You kept up very well. Should have made it harder. Just kidding. Which side? That was supposed to be a joke. You guys did good. I didn't see many smiles over there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to cross that arm in front of your body, a nice shoulder stretch, which you did get with those bent over flies. Those bent over flies are a good one to help strengthen the rotator cuff as well as get through that back. Other side. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, from a standing position, or you can find a wall, but grabbing high behind your back and then pulling low to get a nice chest stretch here. You can do it from a seated position if you have enough room behind your chair. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we have 2 more. We're going to get biceps. So bringing those arms out, and you're just going to rotate the thumbs up and down, up and down. So you're going to get a nice bicep stretch there, hopefully. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now my favorite one. And it works best from a standing position. You could do it from a seated position. But what you're going to do is clasp your hands in front of you, then rotate those palms out. Arch your upper back. So like somebody's punching you in the gut, arch that upper back, and then you're going to rotate your right shoulder up, and it's going to get underneath your right shoulder blade. And then we're going to rotate over to the other side, lifting that left shoulder up, trying to pull that left shoulder blade away. So it's a nice stretch through that upper back. All right, last one, deep breath in. And exhale out. And you are done. High five, you guys.